Well, a new update at noon. Fort Smith police say they've captured a man accused of carrying out an armed robbery and assault at an apartment complex on Kinkead Avenue. Police confirmed 28-year-old Kenneth Byrd was located in Oklahoma this morning. They say Byrd is accused of assaulting and robbing a known acquaintance. They also say Byrd struck the victim with a handgun, causing serious injuries. We'll bring you any updates on the investigation right here on 5 News. And we're taking a closer look at a growing concern in Fayetteville, where tensions are rising over a homeless encampment near the U of A. The property sits on 19th Street between two major outreach centers. But with a deadline looming, some say they fear the community could be pushed out without a clear place to go. For the past 2 weeks, the University of Arkansas has posted eviction notices at encampments on its 19th Street property. Officials cite rising crime and safety concerns as the reason for the clear out. The land sits between Seven Hills and New Beginnings, two key service providers for people experiencing homelessness. Now, local advocates are stepping in to help.
Trying to find a safe place for them to go and then organize volunteers and services so that they are taken care of over the course of the next few days leading up to the sweep in that transition process, so they don't lose everything that they own and aren't losing access to these essential services that they rely on here.
Mayor Molly Ron made housing a key issue in her campaign, but with the June 19th eviction deadline set by UAPD, anything left behind will be thrown away, raising urgency for support and solutions. Well, it's day 12 in the search for Arkansas escaped inmate Grant Hardin, and there have been no confirmed sightings, but that doesn't mean tips of possible ones aren't rolling in. And police are now seeking access to cell tower data near the prison in hopes of learning more about his escape. Police are tracking every call and text that passes through those nearby cell towers, creating a digital trail that could place Hardin near key locations. A computer science expert at UALR says this data helps investigators confirm or rule out a suspect's location during a crime.
Critical. I mean, there's a lot of data available from the cell phone networks, from the phones themselves. And so it stores a lot more than just calls, obviously. So you can get texts, GPS routes, any app activity. And so putting all that together kind of makes a complete picture of a person's digital life.
Authorities say they hope this data will reveal if Hardin is receiving outside help during the manhunt. We'll bring you any updates on this right here on 5 News. Well, a judge has ruled Fort Smith city leaders violated Arkansas's Freedom of Information Act. Local attorney Joey McCutcheon claims the city wasn't transparent throughout that process, calling for a deeper investigation.
It's not just a simple, they missed their 3-day deadline. It's actually concealing records. We think the record is very clear that records were either destroyed or altered in some way.
This is rooted in the board of directors voting to hire Rebecca Cowan as internal auditor in April, taking the vote back after learning she faces a felony stalking charge in Oklahoma. In a statement to 5 News, the city says it provided all the documents but fell 2 business days short of the 3-day deadline. McCutcheon says he's preparing to formally request an investigation into FOIA violations and possible perjury and potential destruction of public records. Well, the Trump administration's pause on foreign student visa interviews is having an impact on thousands of American businesses. Many companies hire foreign labor in the summer months, and the pause is stopping some of those hires from getting into the country. Mark Overman with the Alliance for International Exchange says an ongoing pause not only affects summer camps, but also amusement parks, tourist towns, and thousands of families who hire foreign nannies and au pairs.
Also, teachers are coming on J-1 programs to teach at U.S. high schools all around the country, including in many lower populated and rural areas that also have difficulty finding enough teachers.
But Overman says he's cautiously optimistic. A State Department spokesperson previously indicated the pause was just that, and on Tuesday told reporters to expect an update in the coming days. Well, meanwhile, U.S. senators are considering President Trump's budget bill. If approved, it could mean big changes in financial aid for students all across the country. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis breaks down the proposed change and the impact.
On May 22nd, the House of Representatives passed President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill that outlines large spending cuts. If that bill passes in the Senate, student aid availability could look very different in the future. The bill calls for major cuts to student aid, eliminating the Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant and programs that support low-income and first-generation college students. The National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators released an article stating NASFA, quote, opposes cuts to essential student aid programs that have been proven to reduce dropout rates and improve student persistence and academic success. Subsidized Stafford loans for undergraduate students would also be eliminated, meaning only subsidized loans would be available and interest would start accruing while students are still enrolled. The cap for federal student loan borrowing under this bill would be at $200,000, limiting postgraduate opportunities or access to more expensive universities. Pell Grant eligibility would also change, requiring students to take at least 15 credit hours per semester rather than the current 12. Requiring more credit hours could affect some students who work part-time. According to the bill, the maximum Pell Award would be $5,710, down over $1,600 from the current $7,400. One U of A mom I spoke with says both of her children receive full Pell Grants and are essential to covering their tuition after scholarships. She sent 5 News a statement saying in part, quote, we've managed to avoid student loans so far, but a reduction in aid could change that. Covering news where you live, Kayla Davis, 5 News.
The Senate is currently making any changes they deem necessary before sending it back to the House for approval and then to the President to sign. If the bill is signed, it will go into effect in July of next year.